UC2 ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು, ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳು ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಗೆ ಬನ್ನಿ. ಇಂದಿನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸಗಳನ್ನು ಏಕಾಗ್ರಚಿತ್ತದಿಂದ ಶಾಂತ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಿಂದ ಮಾಡಿ ಮುಗಿಸುವ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡಲು, ಕಲಿತ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನು ಜ್ಞಾಪಕದಲ್ಲಿಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳುವ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡಲು, ಜ್ಞಾಪಕದಲ್ಲಿರುವ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನು ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಬರೆಯುವ ಬುದ್ಧಿಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡಲು ಇಷ್ಟ ದೇವತೆಗೆ, ಗುರು ಹಿರಿಯರಿಗೆ, ಕುಲದೇವರಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆಯನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಿ. ಟೇಕ್ ಡೀಪ್ ಬ್ರೆತ್ಸ್. Yes. Yes, good morning, my dear students. In the previous class, classification and nomenclature of organic chemistry of 11th standard bridge course, classification and nomenclature of organic chemistry. We said that these organic compounds are very large, more than 1 crore organic compounds are already there, and therefore initially very few organic compounds were there. The basic problem faced by the chemists was to name them. Because if 1 or 2 childs are there, we can easily name in a family. But if in a family there are 1 crore, then we have to make a system of naming them. Even mother cannot identify if 1 lakh children are present in a family. Therefore, all the international chemists will started a union in the beginning called as IUC around 1952. It was called as the International Union of Chemists. Later, both pure and applied science chemists joined together in the conference, and it was later renamed as IUPAC. It is the International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. Pure means basic concepts theory. BSc, MSc is pure science. Applied science means medicine, engineering, applied. All pure and applied chemists met together, held a conference and formulated some rules. Periodically, they will conduct some conferences and decide how to name the organic compound. That was the basic problem. Like the elements are classified in the inorganic chemistry into periodic table. To make the study of inorganic compounds easy, elements easy, periodic table was formed. Classification of the periodic table was done to make the study of inorganic compounds easier. Their compounds, their allotropes, to study the details. Similarly, to make the study of organic compounds easier, so they were classified into few families of the organic compounds we are studying. Those families are called as homologous series. They were called as homologous series. Okay? In the previous class, we are talking about homologous series. And these organic compounds, there are many reasons for developing the organic chemistry. The basic reason for developing organic chemistry, and entire organic chemistry stands on is carbon. So peculiar property of the carbon, I said you in the last class, this carbon has got a peculiar property. One property of the carbon is called as catenation. We are discussed in the 10th standard only. Due to catenation property, it can form straight chain compounds, branched chain compounds, ring structured compounds. Therefore, they were classified, organic compounds were classified broadly into two types. Classification broadly into two types. You studied in the 11th standard. One is called as cyclic organic compounds, means which form the ring. Acyclic, let me say acyclic and cyclic. What is the difference between acyclic and cyclic? This acyclic means they will be either straight chain of carbon atoms, like straight chain like this, straight chain of organic compounds, and branched chain compounds, together called as aliphatic hydrocarbons or aliphatic organic compounds. If the derivatives are there, aliphatic. Aliphatic means they will have either straight chain or branched chain compounds. These aliphatic hydrocarbons are further classified into what? Two more compounds. One is called as saturated, another one is called as unsaturated hydrocarbons or organic compounds. What is the difference between saturated and unsaturated organic compounds? What is the difference between saturated and unsaturated? Saturated hydrocarbons will contain only between carbon atoms, only carbon-carbon single bonds will be present like this. It will continue like this. If all the four valencies of carbon are satisfied by single covalent bond, they are called as saturated. And if they are satisfied by either a double covalent bond or triple covalent bond, always while writing the structure, you have to check the tetravalency of the carbon. Why I am writing two lines here? This is first carbon atom 1, 2, 3, 4. This is second carbon atom 1, 2, 3, 4. Valency, tetravalency should be satisfied always. 3 plus 1, 3 plus 1. And here also means saturated hydrocarbons are those in which all the four valencies of the carbon should be satisfied by only single covalent bond. This family of the hydrocarbons, particularly hydrocarbons, which contain only carbon-carbon single bonds are named by as alkanes. Remember here, this alk stands for hydrocarbon part. ANE suffix, very important in the nomenclature of the organic compound, is suffix. Suffix means end word, right? If the end word is ANE, then this family is called as alkane family. And these unsaturated hydrocarbons are classified into two more families. If the end word is alk, stands for hydrocarbon part. If the suffix is ene, then it is called as alkane. And if the end part is ending with yne suffix, then it is called as alkyne. And unsaturated hydrocarbons are classified into two types. One is called as alkanes, another one is called as alkenes, or their derivatives. Derivatives of the alkanes are called as alkyl derivatives. Generally, one hydrogen atom is replaced by some substituent group, then it is called as alkyl group. And if one of the hydrogen atom of the unsaturated alkene is replaced by one hydrogen atom, then it is called as alkynyl. Yl suffix is used. And these particular cyclic hydrocarbons are further classified into two more types. Right? One is called as homocyclic hydrocarbons. Can you tell me what are homocyclic and what are heterocyclic? Heterocyclic. What are homocyclic? Can any one of you tell me the difference between homocyclic and heterocyclic? Vicky, good morning. Sridhar, good morning. See, homocyclic means generally cyclic compounds, how they are formed? Cyclic compounds are formed. Suppose that this is the carbon chain, say containing 3 carbon atoms. If I join them, the end carbon atoms are joined to form a ring. Observe here, like this. If the end carbon atoms are of this particular 1, 2, 3, 3 carbon atoms are there, right? So if the end carbon atoms are joined to form the ring, what happens to this ring now? So here carbon atom number 1, how many valencies are satisfied? 2. How many valencies are left? 2. Second carbon atom, how many valencies are satisfied? 2. How many are left? 2. And how many valencies are satisfied? 2. How many are left? 2. And when this all these carbon atoms contain which bond? Single covalent bond. Is it saturated or unsaturated? Saturated. Then the remaining valencies, when they are satisfied with H, hydrogen, 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 now the hydrocarbon is ready. And to name this hydrocarbon, generally you have to use this particular alk stands for the root word. We call it as root word. In organic compound, there will be 2 parts. Any organic compound will have the middle part is called as root word. What it is called as? Root word. Then comes a primary suffix. Then comes a primary suffix. And then comes a secondary suffix. In any IUPAC name, as we are interested in IUPAC nomenclature, this you have to understand clearly. In the middle word is called as root word, and the words written before the root word are called as prefixes. What they are called as? Prefixes. This you have to clearly understand. And while naming the organic compound or while identifying an organic compound, every student should understand these 3 parts. One part is root word. Root word is generally the middle word. This middle word is called as root word. And this suffix means end word, right? This end word will contain 2 parts. One is called as primary suffix, another one is called as secondary suffix. I will explain you shortly. And sometimes we are writing before the root word. Generally, in case of this alkanes, alkanes are pure hydrocarbons. They are not derivatives. Alkanes, alkenes, alkynes are pure hydrocarbons. They are not derivatives. Suppose that this particular thing is there. Suppose that I want to name this particular organic compound. First of all, in the nomenclature of the organic compound, let us start with aliphatic, then we will move on to this particular cyclic. What is the difference between homo means hetero? Now see, if I make the ring of this, it will become like this, right? Satisfy remaining valencies by hydrogen, 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 hydrogen. Now, what is the name? How do you name it? You know the name of it. How do you name it? It's the simplest hydrocarbons you studied in the class 10. What is the name of this particular compound? Yes. Be confident. Answer any one of you. What is the name of it? Propane. Name of it is propane. Why? What is the root word there? Generally, first step in writing or identifying any organic compound is you have to check the number of carbon atoms in it. Remember, if the number of carbon atom is 1, the root word used for this is meth. If it is 2, root word is eth. This alk stands for what? Root word. Generally, root word corresponds to the number of carbon atoms in the parent chain. Now, I have taken very small chain. Shortly, I will show you long chain compounds. And if it is 3, then it is called as prop. If it is 3, then it is called as prop. Then it is called as prop. If it is 4, then it is called as but. If it is 5, then it is called as pent. 6, 7, hept. 8, oct. 9, non, right? 10, yes, dec. Now there are 3 carbon atoms here. You have to write the root word. Root word is it is a systematic naming. Generally, naming of the organic compounds is very systematic. There are very strict rules. It is called as prop. As there are only carbon single bond, then the suffix must be what? ANE. This suffix of original hydrocarbons is called as primary suffix. What it is called as? Primary suffix. Generally, primary suffix is if they contain carbon atoms contain only single bond are called as alkanes. If they contain one double bond, then it is called as alkene. If they contain one triple bond, then it is called as alkyne. If they contain 2 double bonds, then they are called as alkadines. If they contain 3 double bonds, alkatrines. As the number of double bonds and triple bonds go on increasing, we are using the prefixes to the primary suffix di, that is alkadiene, triene, alka, triine, diene. Only one is there, you can call it as only alkyne. Okay, so that is called as the meaning of this root word corresponds to the number of carbon atoms in the chain. Okay, homocyclic, you observe here all the valencies. Now check the same propane, when it forms a ring, it becomes what? Cyclic. In cyclic hydrocarbons, homo means, remember, same. Wherever in chemistry you come across homo, like homologo series, homo means same, similar. Hetero means different. If in a ring, all the corners of the ring are contain only carbon atoms, then they are called as homocyclic. If one of the corner, if there is someone nitrogen or phosphorus or some other element, oxygen, other than carbon is there in the ring, then they are called as heterocyclic compounds. And this is the basic classification of the organic compounds. Now let us see how we can name the organic compounds. And these organic compounds, initially they were very few organic compounds were there, but later as the number of organic compounds went on increasing, what happened is they have to held the conference and discuss, all the chemists, and formulate the rules to name the organic compounds. And there are 2 names to any organic compound. If you come to the nomenclature part, is the main part in the study of organic chemistry, as I told you in the last class. First step in learning organic chemistry is to learn IUPAC nomenclature, master the IUPAC nomenclature, then you can play organic chemistry like football. If you don't know organic, that's nomenclature, if you are weak, then organic chemistry becomes a short put to you. You cannot play with it. Therefore, the basic thing in the organic chemistry is to learn nomenclature and rules of the IUPAC. And these organic compounds, earlier they were named with some names, common names. What they were called as? Common names and IUPAC names. So initially when the organic chemistry was started, after preparation of urea by Frederick Holler, modern organic chemistry was started. Modern organic chemistry is defined as study of hydrocarbons and their derivatives. After that, Berzelius vital force theory gone, it was discarded, and after that people started preparing organic compounds in the laboratory. And this particular process started, the number of organic compounds went on. Initially they were very few, then they become thousands, 10,000s, lakhs, and now they crossed already 1 crore. Every week they say that one new organic compound is invented in the globe. One person does PhD in organic chemistry in getting a new compound. So such a vast, and it is playing vital role in medicine also. Most of the medicines are, antibiotics are organic compounds, and polymers are organic compounds, right? So this is all because of the peculiar property of the carbon. One is Basic thing is catenation property. Second property is isomerism. Third reason for organic chemistry is polymerism. Isomerism, I think you learnt in the first year. Polymerism. Polymers means what? Poly means many. Means, for example, if you take ethene belongs to which particular family? Ethene saturated or unsaturated? Ether. Andukode nim tale barabeku 2. Ether 2. Double bond. How to write the structure of ethene? First step is, given the name, you must be in a position to write the formula. Given the formula, you must be in a position to write the name. They are the two parts in nomenclature, and generally questions will appear on nomenclature. Okay. So common names, when the organic compounds were very few, right? And they were given with some common names. And these common names are also called as trivial names. Rudiinda bandiddu. Trivial names. And a modern nomenclature is called as IUPAC name. Initially, I will write this compound. I told you the different functional groups. Next step is you have to identify the family. First step in nomenclature of the organic compound is you have to identify the number of carbon atoms in the main chain, parent chain. And then next thing you must remember is the functional groups. If the functional group is Cl, Br, or X, what is the family? If the functional group is OH, what is the name of the family? If the functional group is CHO, what is the name of the family? What is the, if the functional group is CO, if the functional group is COH, if the functional group is NS2, right? If the functional group is CN, if the functional group is NC, so on. This is the second step. First step is root word. Root word corresponds to number of carbon atoms in the parent chain. And what these are? These are all functional groups. What they are called as? Functional groups. This, depending upon the functional group, you can identify the family. If the functional group is Cl, halogen, then they are called as haloalkanes. Halohydrocarbon. OH, alcohol family. CHO, aldehyde family. CO, ketone family. COH, carboxylic acid. NH2, amines. CN, nitriles. NC, isonitrile. Right? So, second step in the study of nomenclature is you have to identify to which family it belongs to. That is, that particular family name will give you, in the middle I told you, in the IUPAC nomenclature, the first step is you have to identify the root word, then a primary suffix, I will call it as PS, and a secondary suffix. Generally, secondary suffix represents what? To which family it belongs to. Generally, secondary suffix will not come in case of alkanes, alkenes, alkynes. If the only hydrocarbons are there, only carbon and hydrogen compounds are there, only primary suffix is sufficient. And whenever there is a functional group linked to the organic compound, so then you have to change. Either you have to write the secondary suffix. Generally, suffix used, you studied for alcohols. Generally, if halogens are not written as suffixes, they are written as prefixes. Prefixes. What is the to which family it belongs to? To which family? Chlorine, bromine. If the chlorine, bromine, iodine are present in organic compound, name the family. Suppose that saturated hydrocarbons are there. How do you name the saturated hydrocarbons which are derivative? They are called as halo. Halo. If it is chlorine, the prefix you are using. In case of haloalkanes, only you are using prefixes. In most of the cases, you are writing secondary suffix. See, halo, is it prefix or suffix? Haloalkanes. Look at here. And if OH group is there, what is the suffix used? OL. That suffix is secondary suffix. And last letter E of the parent alkane is replaced by, generally if it is alk, an, alk, en, sorry, alk, yn, right? It will have last letter, no? Alkane, alkene, alkyne. While writing this particular primary suffix, sometimes E is retained, sometimes it is removed, and some suffixes are written. See, if it is a halogen, you are not at all touching the primary suffix. An is there, an you are putting. Look at here, an. If there is a double bond, haloalkene. If there is a triple bond, haloalkyne. Generally, if halogens are present, they are written with the prefix. This is the first thing. If the functional group is OH, then you are writing the secondary suffix. You are replacing last letter E by what? OL according to IUPAC nomenclature. Like methanol, ethanol, propanol, entidre, octanol, 9 idre, nanonol, 10 idre, decanol. They are suffixes. At that time you are replacing E by what? The secondary suffix. The last letter E of the primary suffix is replaced by the secondary suffix as recommended by the IUPAC, OL. If that is function group is CHO, what is the suffix? What is the suffix? Is Al, alkanol, propanol, butanol, hexanol, pentanol. Okay. If there is CO, ketonic group, the secondary suffix will be ONE. This you have to learn first. If there is carboxylic acid, oic acid. If the derivative of this is present, COO R dash, some other alkyl group is present, what this family is called as? If one hydrogen atom of carboxylic acid is replaced by R dash, some other alkyl or aryl group, they are called as esters. And these esters are named as O8. The suffix used is O8. If the NH2 group is called as, yes, NH2 groups, NH2 group, yes, writing it as amine. What they are called as? Amine, methanamine, ethanamine, propanamine. CN is there, then it is called as nitrile. And NC is there, isonitrile. Just to remember, to start with, these basic suffixes very, very important. Divya. Okay. Understood? Okay. I was talking about these particular common names. When for the first time methanol was prepared, when organic compounds were very few, generally they used to name based on that. There are no strict rules in naming. There are very few rules are there in naming common names. And this was called as methyl alcohol, common name. There is generally based on source, origin, they used to name source, and origin they used to name the common names. There were no strict rules. IUPAC was not established. Before that, very few organic compounds were there. For example, so this was called as methyl alcohol based on the origin. Methu means wood. Huel means alcohol, oil. As this particular methanol is obtained from the wood, therefore it is called as methanol. And in a modern IPAC nomenclature, suppose that you are asked to write the organic compounds, they have formulated the rules. I will talk about common names first, then I will discuss the IPAC name. And can you tell me the common name of this compound? Common name. In the common name, in the IPAC name you are writing it is chlorine as a prefix, but in the common name, this was CS3 is derived from methane, right? And one hydrogen atom is suppose that alkane. From alkane, if you remove, remember this very carefully, for alkane, if you remove one hydrogen atom, then it is called as alkyl. What it is called as? Alkyl. Suppose that this is methane. If you remove one hydrogen atom, you get what? CS3, called as methyl. And if I take, what is the formula of, general formula of alkanes? CN, S2N plus 2. General formula of alkyl groups, CN, S2N plus 1. Out of 2 hydrogen atom, 1 hydrogen atom is removed. Suppose that I ask you to write pentane. What is the formula of pentane? C5H 2 5s are 10. 10 plus 2, mathematics. We consider organic chemistry as mathematics of chemistry. It is a high scoring branch of the chemistry. Like if you do silly mistakes in mathematics, you will lose marks. Similarly, if you do silly mistakes in organic chemistry, if you do not mention the proper conditions, if you do not write the formula, IPAC name correctly, you will definitely lose the marks. If you write correctly, you will get the marks. So therefore, we consider, as far as examination is considered, organic chemistry is a high scoring, but it is like a mathematics, sharp. Silly mistakes will be seriously punished. If you, instead of writing plus, if you write minus in mathematics, you lose marks. Similarly, organic chemistry is considered as a mathematics as far as scoring examination is concerned. Therefore, you learn everything very clearly. If one hydrogen atom is less, then you get C5H11. What it is called as? Pentane, it is called as pentyl. Butane, butyl. Hexane, hexyl. Ethane, ethyl. Propane, propyl. Remember this particular word. Generally, this particular, in the common name, this was named as methyl space chloride. Generally, IPAC names are one word names. These common names are two word names. Getting me? And if I write CS3, CS2, Cl, that is OH. What is the common name? What is the common name? Generally, common names, how the common names are given. This was called as, in the common name, what is this group? C2H5. What C2H5 is got as? Ethyl. They used to write it as ethyl space alcohol, because they are very popularly known. If you say IPAC name in the laboratory and ask the laboratory assistant, he will not understand. Ethanol bottle kodri andre ethanol bottle kodri. Ethyl alcohol. Most of the compounds are very popular with their common names. ಈ ಮನೆಯೊಳಗೆ ಒಂದು ನಿಕ್ ನೇಮ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ, ಆ ನೇಮ್ ಕರೆದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ರೂಢ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. ಹೌದಾ? ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ನಾಗ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಶಂಕರವ್ವ ಅಂತಿದ್ದಾಳ, ಆಕಿ ಕಾಮನ್ ನೇಮ್, ಆಕಿದು ಐಪ್ಯಾಕ್ ನೇಮ್ ಅದ, ಅವ್ರ ಮದರ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಒರಿಜಿನಲ್ ನೇಮ್. ಆಕಿ ಶೀತಲ್ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಾಳ. ಆಕಿಗೆ ಶೀತಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದ, ಆಕಿದ ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ ನಾ ಶಂಕರವ್ವ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆರ್ ಯು ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್? ಶೀತಲ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಹೋ ಶೀತಲ್, ಎಸ್ ಸರ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದೇ ಹೆಸರು ಇಟ್ಕೊ, ನೀ ಎರಡೆರಡು ಹೆಸರು ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಡ. ಮುಂದೆ ನಿನ್ಗೆ ಆಧಾರ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ನಾಗ ಏನು ಹೆಸರದ ಅದೇ ಹೆಸರು. ಯು ನೋಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ಲಿ. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಯುವರ್ ನೇಮ್ಸ್, ಇವನ್ ಅಲ್ಫಾಬೆಟ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದ ಆಧಾರ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್. ಆಧಾರ್ ಕಾರ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ನೇಮ್ ಇದೆ ಅದೇ ನೇಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ PUC ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್, ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಡ್ರೈವಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಸೆನ್ಸ್, ಪಾನ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಮುಂದೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಹೋದ್ರಿ ಅಥವಾ ಲೋನ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಧಾರ್ ಕಾರ್ಡಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ನೇಮ್ ಇದೆ that name must be, or SSLC and PUC marks card, Aadhaar card, PAN card, ಎಲ್ಲದ್ರಾಗೂ ಒಂದೇ ನೇಮ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಅದನ್ನ ಲಕ್ಷ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಅದ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಈಗ ಇನ್ನಿ ಅಲ್ಲದು ಹಂಗಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ ಒಂದು ಲೆಟರ್ ಫೇಲ್ ಆದ್ರೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಯು, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಡ್ signature should not be changed. These are basic things. Once you enter into this degree or competitive exams, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಏನು ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಬರ್ತಾವೆ, 10th ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರು ಏನದ ಅದ PUC2 ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ನಾಗ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಅದ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ನಾಗ ಇರಬೇಕು, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅದ ಆಧಾರ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ನಾಗ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಪಾನ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್, ಡ್ರೈವಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲದ್ರೊಳಗೂ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸ್ಪೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ನೇಮ್. ಇವನ್ ಸಿಗ್ನೇಚರ್ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ನೌ ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್. ಇಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸಿಗ್ನೇಚರ್ ಈಸ್ ರಾಂಗ್, ಜನರಲಿ ಸಮಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಯುವರ್ ಸಿಗ್ನೇಚರ್ಸ್. ಅವಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಿಗ್ನೇಚರ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು, ಅದನ್ನು ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಯುವರ್ ಸಿಗ್ನೇಚರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಯುವರ್ ಆಧಾರ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್, ಪಾನ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಸೇಮ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಆಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆಸ್ ಸಮ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಆರ್ ಕನ್ಸರ್ನ್. ಯುವರ್ ಸೈನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಟೇಕನ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ಸ್. So that sign should not be changed again and again. If you change your sign, then the computer will not recognize and it will reject. Upload ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫಾರ್ಮ್. ಹಿಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವೆ. ದೇರ್ಫಾರ್ ಇವನ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ತಲೆಯಾಗಿಟ್ಕೋರಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಎಂಟರಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ಲಿ. ಈಥೈಲ್ ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್, 2 word names. And you are knowing this very popular compound used in the kitchen in all chats. What is the name of the common name of this CS3COH? To which family it belongs to? Carboxylic acid. It is commonly known as, remember, acetic acid. Popularly known as acetic acid. IPAC name is different, but commonly, and this particular word was given by the Latin word that is acetum, means vinegar. You know vinegar? Table vinegar you are using in all chats preparing. Table, like you have table salt, sodium chloride is table salt. It is a table souring agent. If there is no lemon, huli irthuda vinegar. Vinegar is an acid, acidic acid, and this consists of whatever vinegar you are using available in the market. Vinegar bottle ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. So that consists of 8 to 10% of this acetic acid. Note it. The percentage of acetic acid in a table vinegar is 8 to 10% acetic acid. And see, this is the origin. Acetum means vinegar, and therefore this was commonly named as acetic acid. Are you getting me? And another compound I will show you what this compound is commonly called as, HCOH. To which family it belongs to? To which family it belongs to? It belongs to the family, you know, yes, carboxylic acid. Identification, family. Then what is the common name for this? You must have heard about it. It is called as formic acid. Comes from the Greek origin formica. Formica means red ants. Formica means red ants. You know, whenever red ant or honeybee bites, you will get a burning sensation. Iribi kadadra, jennona kodadra, uritadala. You studied in the 10th standard. Why that burning sensation happens? In the stinges of the honeybee, this acid is present. In ants, this acid is present. Whenever they bite, they inject formic acid, therefore you will have the burning sensation. And as for the first time this particular acid was prepared from red ant by distillation of the red ants. Distillation boil ಮಾಡೋದು, red ants ಅನ್ನ distillation ಮಾಡಿ prepare ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿಂದ this was called as formica, red ants, formic acid. Like this, there are very simple and basic rules while naming the organic compounds, right? In the nomenclature of these are common names of some of the organic compounds. And next, in a common name, if there is a long chain, okay, straight chain ittan tirpodi. Look at here. We'll start nomenclature of the compounds. H, 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 H. This one is H, this one is H, 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 H. I will take another carbon atom. This is, this is called as open structural formula. Right? Open structural formula, there are different formulae, right? Open structural formula, another one is condensed structural formula and bond line notation. Organic compounds. And if you count the number of carbon atoms here, there are 5. What is the root word? Root word. Systematically. While naming the organic compound, the first step is you have to identify the root word. What is the root word here? Root word is pent. What is the suffix? Y? Single bond. Whenever single bond is a suffix, while writing any names, you remember this. First, you write a middle one. Then you think of primary suffix, systematic. Then you think of secondary suffix. Then you think of any substituent groups. Okay. And in a common name, this particular compound, generally straight chain compounds, more than 2 or 3 compounds idra, N symbol balasidra. This was called as N-pentane. What it is called as? N-pentane. Common name. But in IUPAC system, there are rules, right? I will go on writing the rules. You studied already in the 11th standard. Just I am refreshing you. Here. What is the first rule you studied? Rule. First rule in the nomenclature of the organic compound. First rule in the nomenclature of the organic compound. Yes. Who tell me? First rule. Yes. NEET exam is the what you are asking? NEET exam, is this enough? No. I am just starting. I will take NEET questions here. I am telling basic things. Okay, then I will come to the questions. I have not started the problem till. For NEET exam, is it enough? You are asking. Your name is Nakshatra. Okay, I am not talking about NEET exam now. I am teaching you basic things. I am a classic teacher. Basic things, then I will develop level by level. Right? There are many PUC students observing it. Step by step, I will go. NEET. Organic chemistry came first, then NEET came. My dear student, please understand it. It is enough. I am not talking about NEET now. I am talking organic chemistry. Please understand it. And NEET, what is NEET? NEET is not first came. Organic chemistry was developed first, then NEET came. I am not talking, I am not a NEET teacher. I am a NEAT, neatly teaching the chemistry. Please understand it. I never told you that I am a NEET, it is NEET. I am talking organic chemistry. If you want to listen, you listen, otherwise you quit. Is it enough? Just now I started. How it is enough? Step by step it will go. Okay? Answered. Understood my answer? Okay. I am not NEET. You cannot attempt NEET, even PUC II annual exam without this basic knowledge. I am a basic classical teacher. Step by step I will teach. I will clear. I am here only to clear the concept. Right? Your college people will prepare you for NEET. I am here to clear the concepts which are not clear to the students. Organic chemistry developed first in the laboratory. Scientists developed it. I am a pure science teacher. Right? I will be teaching you the concepts, keeping in mind poor students, average students, above average students. It is a process. Right? If you are perfect in it, you can quit it. Okay, quit. You can do your work. I'll be teaching step by step systematically. I have got a neat book ready here. I will give the questions. Before teaching the rules, I will not start the questions. First, PUC2 preparation you do. PUC2 concepts you learn. I am just concept clearing teacher. I am not a NEET teacher. And if your concepts are clear, you can crack any NEET, IIT, JEE, any exams. Without clearing the concepts, you cannot develop it. That is my basic principle. I have never talked about that. I am teaching NEET. I am not a NEET teacher. I am a pure classical chemistry teacher. I am telling you the rules. I am teaching you the chemistry. I want to improve your basic concepts in chemistry. Right? For NEET, experts will be there in your college. Learn from them. I am teaching here basic concepts which are not clear for even average students, poor students, above average students. Okay, I am not talking about NEET. It is not a NEET class. It is a PUC2 concept clearing class, including PUC board questions, then objective questions, NEET questions. Okay, you can develop it up to the NEET, and NEET concepts will be talked after clearing the basic concepts. Right? If you are clear in basic concepts, you can skip this class. Okay, continue. N-pentane. So N-pentane, that is the wrong concept. Yesterday I told you that is the wrong concept. Without building the first floor, can you build the second and third floor? NEET comes. You see, first floor is basic understanding of the PUC2 NCERT syllabus. First floor is Karnataka CET. Second floor is JEE NEET. Step by step, if you learn, you are too young to learn. Step by step, if you learn, you will go to NEET. That is the mistake many students are doing. They want suddenly NEET. No, not like that. After taking birth, suddenly you became 6 feet. No, everything takes its own time. I am worried about those students who are average, above average, and how they can crack competitive exams is the second part of it. I will not come to that. I am clearing the basic concepts. That's all. Okay, fine. This is N-pentane. Basic concepts you learn first, then we can go for it. I am just refreshing the names. Okay, now this is N-pentane. N-pentane. So N means whenever there is a straight chain, the prefix N is used. Okay, and if I write the same pentane having the formula, what is the molecular formula of pentane? C5H12. And I will write the same C5H5 like this. Now it is branched. Now number the carbon atoms. Now comes the IUPAC rules. First rule is longest chain rule. First rule is longest chain rule. Longest chain rule. Longest chain rule. I will clear the concepts. You develop, you practice, and any concepts if you have, I'll make a WhatsApp group. You just send in it. I will make a PUC2 WhatsApp group link. I will put it in my description box of the video. You join the WhatsApp group and put your doubts there. And in my next class, I will cover that. Suddenly, without developing basic concepts, we pure science teachers are not allowed to teach objective. First, we will clear the subject concepts. I am here to clear the subject concepts. If the concepts are crystal clear in physics, chemistry, mathematics, then you will have, your mind will have the ability to apply. NEET level is application level. Without clearing the conceptual level, if the concepts in physics are not clear, basic concepts in chemistry are not clear, how you can apply? Rice is not cooked, you want palav. How can you prepare it? It is a logically wrong concept of the youngsters. Therefore, I am coming live stream and clearing the things here. This is the younger generation is it's a wrong thing. Many senior teachers, we believe that you cannot build the first floor without a basic foundation. Just now you completed 10th standard, very small syllabus was there. Suddenly, how can you jump into NEET? What is NEET? NEET was not developed first. Organic chemistry came first. Then I told you, NEET is nothing more than an entrance exam to enter into some professional colleges. That's all. It has no other capacity. Then after entering into computer science, is your NEET useful? NEET is an entrance exam. Karnataka CET is an entrance exam. Joint entrance exam. JEE is an entrance exam. And their number of students are more. To get admission, one examination is conducted depending upon your capacity, your preparation level. So toughness will be there. Tough questions can be handled if you have got a deep understanding, deep study of the concepts. You have to study first deeply, understand the concept clearly, then you can play all competitive exam questions like football. Otherwise, they become short put. Definitely will break your head. Definitely you are going to meet the failure. You study first the concepts, then you can go for applications. If you don't know concepts, how can you apply it? How can you apply it? Application level comes next. Okay, first level is theoretical concepts. Well, the branching happens. Whenever there is a branching here, say, and this is called as open structural formula, I told you. And for alkenes, condensed structural formula will be CS3, CS2, CS2. Remove all exams in your mind whenever you are studying. Don't study for writing NEET exam. Study to improve your knowledge of organic chemistry, knowledge of physics, knowledge of mathematics. If your knowledge is sound, then automatically will apply. That is my focus. That is the intention of my classes. Knowledge is important. If you have knowledge, you can apply it. Therefore, without knowledge, you cannot apply. We seniors do not recommend it. Don't keep NEET ranking, seat ranking in your mind. You cannot read anything. You cannot learn anything. You just open the book as if like a child. Try to understand the concepts given by the scientists for 100 years. Right? NEET came recently. Organic chemistry developed 100 years. Thousands of chemists, thousands of mathematicians, thousands of physicists worked around the clock and developed the subject. You go to the subject to improve your knowledge in your capacity. If your knowledge is up to the mark, you can answer. If the knowledge is below, then you cannot. Right? So, I am not a Baba here. All of a sudden, bomb bombs. No, it will not happen. You have to sit, work hard, understand concept, write the concepts. Then only you can do this. Condensed structural formula. CS3, CS2, CS2. Then CS2, CS3. This is called as condensed structural formula. This is called as open structural formula. You know, another formula is there called as bond line notation. Generally, alkenes are represented by zigzag line. See, if this is one carbon atom, 2, 3, 4, 5. Observe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pentane is represented by bond line notation. Sometimes you will be asked, what is the name of this compound? You have to count. Every corner will have one carbon atom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This particular pentane can be written by using bond line notation. Just bond line. Single bonds will be written there. And if the branching occurs, see, I will write we will generally write the condensed structural formula because already you studied CS2, CS2, CS3 and 1, 2, 3. Whenever you are writing structural formula, you count. This is longest chain rule. In the longest chain rule, what they say is that you have to select the chain, right? You have to select such a chain containing maximum number of the carbon atoms without break. Longest chain rule. A longest chain is selected as a parent chain and others are considered as a substituent groups. Now see longest chain. If I number 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. If I take a straight 1, 2, 3, 4. If you can you make this one as parent 1, 2, 3. What are the possibilities? This is one possibility. And this is another possibility. And this is the third possibility. So 1, 2, 3 possibility. Means here also 4, here also 4. Then you have to select the parent chain. This is called as the parent chain. And this is called as the substituent group. Clear it to you? Clear it to you? And this is branched now. Now you try to write the molecular formula of it by counting the hydrogen atoms. Now see here, why I have written only one hydrogen atom here? This is 1, 2, 3 valence are satisfied. The fourth valence is satisfied by hydrogen. See this here you can observe. Why you are writing CS2 here? Why you are writing CS3 here? Here 2 hydrogen atoms, left one hydrogen bond, right one bond. There are 4. 3 plus 1, 4. 2 plus 2, 4. 3 plus 1, 4. 1 plus 3, 4. And 1 plus 3, 4. This is structural. See here, you have to start numbering. You have to start numbering the carbon atoms after selecting the parent chain. This is called as parent chain. Generally, root word is written in IUPAC. What is the molecular formula of it? What is the molecular formula of it? Is C5S12. What is the common name of it? Whenever there is a branching, whenever there is a branching, you have to use the prefix called as iso. It is called as isopentane. Isopentane. If there is one branching, this was called as isopentane. And interesting part is how to write the IUPAC name. IUPAC name can be written. IUPAC name can be written. IUPAC name can be written. Before writing IUPAC name, you have to take the second rule. Second rule is lowest number rule. What it is called as? Lowest number rule. Lowest number rule. See, first of all, in the first step of nomenclature of IUPAC,